Hey guys, what's going on? It's Benny FiveHundred, back with some more War Thunder, and I'm here with Logan.
Yep, I'm here again.
And yeah, this session is pretty much recorded, I'd say 5 minutes after the last one.
Yeah, so Ben unlocked a Hurricane Mk1 after that last match, so he and I have both put those planes into our lineup.
And I've decorated mine a little bit with some lightning bolts, as you can see.
I've put on victory marks against German aircraft and a squad leader pennant. That's what I usually do for my British aircraft.
Yep.
So as soon as Ben readies up, we can go into battle again. Again, we're going to be flying out arcade. That was a lot faster than last time.
Yeah, no, last time took forever. We had to talk through the whole thing to make it not boring.
Well, it was some good information for beginners.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's better than when me and Kel try to fill in awkward moments or
Right.
awkward.
What
awkward
plane are
waits.
you going to launch with?
I think I'm gonna start with the Fury Mk2.
Alright, I'll do the same. So just to tell you guys, before you actually hit to battle, once you select your plane, there is a bit of a loadout screen there.
Getting a little bit of graphical glitches here.
That's weird.
It's kind of awkward.
So yeah, in that loadout screen, you can select different ammo loadouts and camouflages and custom skins for your plane if you have any available for that plane. Which can be useful because depending on the situation for bombers, you may want different loadouts. Especially with planes like the American TBF Avenger, which can carry both torpedoes and bombs.
Yeah.
It's kind of useless carrying a torpedo if there are no ships. So, on some maps, you may want to take the bombs instead.
Okay, that was a great. Okay, thumbnail. I was chasing this guy, and all of a sudden he just nosedives right into the ground. Didn't even shoot at him. I was just chasing him.
I need to remember what the screenshot key in this game is.
I'm just gonna screenshot off the recording.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
It's easiest.
I guess, yeah. Alright, there's Gladiator. Gladiator, actually, easier target, HE-51. HE-51 is a German biplane.
I'm just getting farther and farther away.
Whoop! Just as a general maneuver, a aileron roll, which, not to be confused with a barrel roll, which is actually a different maneuver, despite what Star Fox would have you believe.
Exactly.
Is where you roll left or right without changing your aircraft's heading, which is direction of flight.
Yeah, so this is an aileron roll, not a barrel roll.
A barrel roll is where your plane's heading moves in a corkscrew motion, which is not the maneuver that Star Fox depicts. Both are primarily aerobatic maneuvers, but have some application in combat, mainly dependent on the aircraft. Like the German Focke-Wulf 190, an aileron roll is a very effective maneuver to evade enemy fire, especially in War Thunder. But in some planes, you might as well not bother, especially bombers or heavy fighters that don't handle as well. And a friendly stole my kill.
I haven't been able to shoot anyone yet, and these clouds are glitching me out.
You may want to take a look at your in-game video settings. They might need to be turned down.
Yeah, I forgot to do that.
So War Thunder can be a very, very pretty game if you've got the system to run its video settings up high. And also, by hitting by default V, you can switch to a cockpit view, which is really fun, but doesn't give you the view range that the third-person view does, which in most cases is better.
Yeah, if I switch to my cockpit, guys, yeah, it's not so pretty since I already have pretty low graphics on. But, yeah, since I'm running pretty low graphics, the propeller, you can't really see it, like, spin, so it's just a black circle right in front of me.
Yeah, I think that might actually be a glitch on your end.
Maybe.
One advantage of biplanes and a lot of British planes is the machine gun rounds have a very high tendency to set planes on fire, as on my side you just saw against that SBD-3.
Gotta find some people. So far I've only gotten an assist.
So against heavy fighters and bombers, aiming for the engines is a good tactic. Against fighters, aiming for the wing or the elevators, which are the horizontal control surfaces mounted on the tail, is a good tactic. And in general, aiming for the cockpit is good, because if the pilot's dead, it's kind of hard for the aircraft to stay flying. Whoa! I nearly just got hit by that plane. SB2M, I've been chasing him for a little while. I was using more emergency power, which is essentially a turbo boost. In arcade, every plane has it, but can only use it for a limited amount of time before it burns out, and you have to wait for it to cool down before you can activate it again. But he was going pretty slow, and I actually overtook him and nearly landed on top of him. But he noticed and slowed down and pulled down, and I pulled up, and we managed to not kill each other.
Well, I'm gonna try pulling up really high. My speed's lowering slowly, even though I'm rising in altitude quite fast.
Yeah, I typically use a maneuver if I'm overshooting a person and I want to pull back onto them, of pulling into a vertical climb and then doing a partial barrel roll to get myself into inverted flight and then inverted diving on them. I realize that may sound a little technical, but it's because I've been flying for so long I've picked these terms up. Sorry about that if it confuses a few of you. I'm trying to make it as easy to understand as I can, but I may use a couple terms that may seem confusing. I'll try to explain everything, though.
Go for this guy.
As you will see later, I do really like flying, to the point where I have bought this program, Microsoft Flight Simulator X. It's a bit late. I kind of stopped speaking very well when I'm getting tired. But yeah, FSX, or Microsoft Flight Simulator X for long, is one of the best flight simulator softwares out there, and I will be doing videos on it later. Those videos will probably be heavily edited, because a lot of it is just cruising around. Not the most interesting stuff at some points, but some of it is pretty fun.
And my gun's jammed.
Oh, this would probably be a good time to mention the heat indicator. Around your crosshair, as you fire your guns, a red circle will slowly fill up. If that gets full, that means your gun's... Oh, and I just got rammed by that guy. I tried to pull out of the way, but I started pulling out too late, and he didn't do much to pull out of the way either, so we collided. I try to avoid that when I can.
And good job, buddy. So proud.
So yeah, when that indicator fills up, your guns will start to jam. if your guns jam, you can no longer fire that gun. In arcade, if all your guns jam or run out of ammo if they haven't jammed, you will just automatically reload. But in realistic and simulator, I started playing back when they were called historical battles, so
Yeah.
I still sometimes call them that. Once you've jammed your gun until you go back to an airfield, supposing you survive that long. So I'm now in my Hurricane Mk1, and I kind of just jammed my gun.
Oh my god,
I find it funny that I jammed my gun right after warning people to not jam their gun.
Alright, this plane sucks so much. I just hit the gun on it. Oh yeah, you guys can, you notice, if I do really sharp turns, I can overload, my G's. Meaning, like,
How much
blood's
force
rushing to my head.
Yeah, essentially how much acceleration force your pilot is feeling. G meaning Earth's gravity. 1G is the acceleration that you feel just by being on Earth.
Asshole. Idiot.
Rammer.
Yeah. No, he doesn't even ram me. He pulls up behind me and goes right inside me.
That is not always intentional. Some people don't know the behavior of their aircraft. They haven't figured it out. And that F2A1 is shredding me.
And I'm going to my Hurricane.
Yeah. A lot of early British aircraft favor a lot of 30 caliber or 7.7 millimeter, as War Thunder calls them, machine guns, and lighter armor in exchange for speed and maneuverability.
Yeah.
German aircraft tend to also follow a similar path. Both aircraft tend to also gain 20mm cannons as a supporting weapon as they go. Which means that German and British aircraft are really good at facing off against each other, but against some other nations' airplanes, they are useless. So, if you notice there, I started bailing out before my wing ripped off.
Gotcha.
That was because my elevators were destroyed to the point where I could no longer control them. At that point, it's pointless to fly, so I just started bailing out, and then I got my wing shut off.
The minute I get into my Hurricane, I get a kill. Finally.
Yeah, the Hurricane is a much better aircraft than biplanes.
I just love the machine guns on it, though.
Yeah. Trust me, when you start getting British aircraft with 20 mils, you will love it. Spoilers!
Yeah. Over.
Just to warn you guys, I will sometimes be making obscure references like I just did there. A lot of you probably didn't even realize that I was referencing something unless you are a pretty hardcore Doctor Who fan, which I am becoming.
What did you say?
Spoilers, I was referencing Dr. River Sung.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember
She
that.
constantly references. I just made up a new word! Yeah, she says that a lot in at least early episodes.
Best round ever, 10 out of 10.
So yeah, you also, along with researching new aircraft, and you get research points along with Lions just by flying, scoring assists, critical hits, destroyed, all of that. You use those not only to research new aircraft, but it automatically will research modifications for the aircraft, which can be accessed in the Modification tab, which improve the performance of your aircraft and allow you to access new ammo types by unlocking the weapon belts for those specific weapons. By default, you have, well, default rounds, which are usually okay, but not as good. Universal rounds being kind of just an all-around good ammo. Tracers being pretty good, but universal is typically better. Air rounds, of course, being the best for air targets because that's what they're designed for.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's the end of this episode. Thanks for sticking around. If you like, leave a like, comment what you thought, and if you want to see more, tell us. We'll love to do more.
Yeah, this is a really fun game. We play it a lot, and we're more than happy to record it for you guys if you like it. So, yep.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Yeah. I forgot to say, this game is free to play. You guys can just go to Gaijin's website, and you'll find it easily.
It's also on Steam. If I remember, I'll put a link to both the Steam page and their website in the description. That also goes for the previous episode because we're recording these right after each other. So
yeah. Also, before I forget, that on one of my recent uploads of me playing, what you might call it, Unturned. Thank you. That game is also free to play. It's not paid at all. It's just on Steam. It's a super quick install, probably the quickest one on Steam, and a super quick launch.
It
really
takes
fun.
like 3 seconds to launch.
Yeah.
It's really easy. If you have Hamachi, you can set up a server in a minute flat.
Yeah.
Play with your friends. It's really fun. Some of the mechanics take a little while to figure out. The Steam guides are very helpful, and it's a really fun game. We may be doing a series on it later, so
yeah,
stay tuned for that, and if you're interested, leave a comment saying so.
Yeah. So, as we always say, thanks for watching. See you guys later.
Bye!